My name is Jason Diaz. My wife is Melissa Diaz, and my son was just born in September. Talk about another motivation, right? It's like the ultimate motivation. So,
hey, bravo!
I was actually diagnosed with stomach cancer at the age of 32 in 2018. I was diagnosed after many years of trying to figure out what was going wrong. I first started feeling symptoms that I recall back at the end of 2015, where I thought I was actually having problems with my heart. So I went and I actually made a doctor's appointment. At that point, they diagnosed me with a slow heartbeat, but I still had that pain, so I wasn't sure why. And then in 2016 is when I really started feeling the pain, almost like a heartburn type of pain. And I was taking Tums and any type of antacids that you could possibly imagine that's over the counter. I was at work one day and I felt like I was crippled. I couldn't walk. My esophagus felt like it was on fire. I had to call my wife to actually come and pick me up to take me to urgent care because that's how bad it was. When the doctor finally saw me, he saw me for no more than 5 minutes. He got 2 fingers, put them on my sternum. He pushed down and said, "Does that hurt?" I said, "It's killing me." He said, "You have GERD." Fast forward a year and my medicine finally ran out. And I was in the worst pain I've ever been in my life. I mean, double the pain that I just mentioned prior. I made an appointment with my GP and I told him what I thought was going on because I had researched already types of cancer that I thought I might have, which was colon cancer and stomach cancer. He told me that he thought I had either H. pylori or GERD. I knew it wasn't GERD and I knew it wasn't H. pylori. I said, "You know what, doctor, there's something else I'm not telling you." And this wasn't true, but I knew this was the only way that I could see a specialist. I was like, I've been having black tarry stool. He's like, "Well, now we have to send you to a specialist." So he wrote me a referral and he sent me to a GI specialist. No one coached me, no one said, "Hey, to see a doctor you have to lie." It was just, like I said, it was kind of like fate. Like it was something in my heart telling me, like, don't leave this doctor's room without getting him to send you to a specialist. So I went to go see the GI specialist. I told him the truth. I said, "I'm in the worst pain of my life." I said, "There's days where I can't even move because it just feels like my esophagus is on fire." He's like, he looked at my chart, he's like, "You're only 32 years old and you're kind of overweight, so I don't believe that there's really anything wrong with you." He's like, "But based off of the amount of pain that you're in and what you had to do to see me, I'll go ahead and I'll issue an endoscopy on you to see, what's really going on down there." The day of the endoscopy, he's like, "I don't expect to find anything, just so you know. If I'm not next to you when you wake up, my nurses will call you when the results are in." Went in for the endoscopy, I woke up and he was sitting right next to me. So I knew right away something was wrong. Instantly, and it was almost like a justification for all the craziness that I thought maybe I was feeling. 3 days later, I got a phone call from the doctor telling me to go into his office. He's like, "When you came in, you were very adamant about having cancer." He's like, "Unfortunately, you were right." He explained to me that he was only able to see what was on the inside of my stomach, but obviously he couldn't see what was on the outside. So the next moves were going to be fast, and they started scheduling me for CT scans. That was at a community hospital, so he was great. The rest of the oncologists and the surgeons weren't. They were out of date on what was just released in 2017. So like the chemo plan that they wanted to put me on and the surgery that they wanted to do didn't match what was recommended at the time now. So I didn't feel comfortable going through them. I made an appointment at City of Hope. And when I saw City of Hope, they were up to date with what was current with treatment. At this point in my life, when this was happening, there was a lot of things that were going through my mind as far as like regret, regretting getting so angry so fast, regretting not mending relationships with the person when I should have, that I just wanted to do anything and everything I could to be a better person. After doing research on what clinical trials have to offer, not just for myself, but for like the greater community of cancer, I felt that it was I felt as a person, it was the best thing to do. I actually joined a clinical trial at City of Hope. It included FLOT chemotherapy with Keytruda immunotherapy. The standard of care was the FLOT, so I got the four treatments prior to surgery. and then for post. But I also had immunotherapy prior and after. I don't regret it for one moment. And the fact that we were able to learn a lot from this study, and it seems to be now transpiring onto newer therapies that are first line. I'm so happy that I did it.